Hamza's downfall needs to be studied at this point. But before we get started on this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I cover the internet's craziest stories as many times a week as I can, so let's get into today's story. So I don't know how many of you have heard of this internet beef that's been going on, but this story comes from the self-improvement side of YouTube. YouTuber Hamza has been going through a long battle with his former editor, Sam Harborne. Now, if you don't know who Hamza is, here's a little backstory. Hamza is a self-improvement YouTuber who gives advice to his followers on how they can improve their lives. He's been around for the last few years, and he really started blowing up around 2022-2023. But this situation that we're talking about all started months ago when Hamza posted this onto his story, openly disavowing his former editor Sam, which led to this long brewing conflict between the two, which would eventually lead to a response from Sam where he directly addressed why their relationship went astray.
Hamza, if you're watching this video, a final bit of advice: don't respond to this video. I will fucking bury you, Hamza. So enjoy your early retirement, get on with what you're doing. I'm going to get on with what I'm doing. You've completely blown it with me, pal.
During the video, he also addresses some of Hamza's hypocrisies and the behind-the-scenes treatment of his employees.
Hamza did not like that one bit, and he dressed his disapproval up as friendly advice.
I know that you think you're credible, but no one else thinks you're credible, bro. It's just that simple.
In reality, it was hours upon hours of condescending conversations, berating me, discrediting me, saying, "Sam, don't waste your time, don't be stupid, you can't do this." Which
led to Hamza responding with another long format video where he is trying to disprove each point, which to me came off a little bit manipulative.
I met my friend Sam in the COVID lockdown in December 2020. I actually hired him to be my video editor for this channel. He edited a few videos, they were good. We started to talk on Discord calls, we'd make each other laugh until the point that we were literally tearing up, and we became friends. I don't think he'll mind me saying this, Sam was a Jeffrey at this point. You can fucking destroy me if you want. If that's what you think will bring you peace, go ahead. But just do one thing. If you have like respect for our friendship, do one thing. Take just 2 days away from the internet, read your Bible, and then come back and then see if you think that your video was appropriate. What are the best and worst manipulation tactics that women use today? The first manipulation tactic, crying. And this is how it goes. She does something to upset you. She literally will hurt you. Then she'll cry saying, "Oh, but I've upset you." And now it's about her again. And now you're the asshole.
And ultimately, Sam would respond with another video.
Upsetting about that video was the fact that he was dragging my name down. It was an attack on my reputation.
I didn't attack Hamza. I'm not wasting my time addressing this. I already addressed it in the last video. Hamza is not interested in presenting the truth or addressing any of the points I made because he's not acting in good faith. He's hiding behind a mask of victimhood while monstrously attempting to tear down my reputation, when all he had to do was to just leave me the fuck alone.
And like clockwork, Hamza would respond again. He first did it during one of his lives about a week ago, which can't be found on YouTube anymore, which to be honest is a little bit weird because he typically saves those. But I remember watching it, and in it he did address the situation in the first few minutes, but honestly the answers that he gave definitely left me scratching my head. Now, I was a follower of Hamza for many years. I started watching him around the end of 2021 after a bad breakup, and I thought his advice was good, and it definitely did motivate me to change some things about my life. But as his channel continued to grow as well as his influence, I started seeing some cracks in his armor.
When one gorilla becomes the alpha, he sleeps with all 5 of the female ones. He sleeps with all 5, tries to impregnate them, and once he's done literally like inseminating all 5, then he maybe lets number 2, like his right-hand man, the gorilla below him, sleep with the rest of them too. Maybe the right-hand man, number 2, gets 3 of them or 4 of them. Maybe number 3, male gorilla, gets like 1 of them. And the bottom 4 gorilla and the 5th gorilla jack off in the corner.
I started seeing some of his hypocrisy for myself. Often he'd delete comments that would question his advice. In one video, he'd give you one piece of advice, then in the next he'd contradict it. For example, in one video he discusses how you can get rid of gyno naturally, then shortly after he makes a video promoting gyno surgery.
Why did I get gynecomastia surgery? This is the mass that they took out of my chest that was in there for 10 years.
And during this whole controversy, Hamza would also be exposed for using performance-enhancing drugs, specifically testosterone replacement therapy, which, to be honest, I'm not against, but if you're preaching online how to be an alpha male and how to naturally gain testosterone and naturally improve your life in all aspects, but behind the scenes, you're cheating and doping, it makes me question how credible your advice truly is. Especially when he was doing this whole training arc for a kickboxing match, which he documented, yet never addressed the fact that he was on testosterone or even experimented. And it's crazy because he was literally warned about this. In a previous podcast that he was on, he was literally told that he flip-flops way too much and that he needs to stay consistent, that he needs to follow his own word because eventually people will see right through it.
I really think that you need to be careful about the stories that you tell yourself about things. You say a lot of stuff with conviction, which I appreciate, but you need to fact check your own certainty as much as possible, because if you're smart, you can make yourself believe things.
And during that podcast, he seemed to have listened to the advice and digest it very carefully. But fast forward almost a year later, and it seems like he did not take any of that advice at all. Because like I said, he continues to flip-flop. And apparently during this time, he also fired his whole crew and hired his family as replacements.
Hamza didn't actually fire me, he just offered me a different job. It was very airy-fairy. It was basically like, oh, I'll pay you $1,000 per month to just like sort of follow me around and suck my cock sometimes or whatever, just a little bitch boy job, which was beyond insulting, and I declined. I think he offered me this job because he wanted to just keep control over me. I walked away and I decided to build something for myself because at that point I had lost absolutely all faith in Hamza. But Hamza's narrative around firing his team is because he wanted to slim down on costs. He had fulfilled his purpose, he was done making YouTube videos. What really happened is that Hamza cut the team, cut me from my position, used the momentum that we had built together on the channel to start monetizing, started making over $150,000 per month, and hired his family instead, while offering me a watered down bitch boy job with a massive pay cut. And the best part is that his paid program was actually an idea that I came up with over a conversation with two very intelligent entrepreneurs in Dubai.
That's the purpose that he found. He found a lot of money and didn't want to pay his editors, so instead he fired them and hired his family because he knew he'd be able to pay them for a cheaper price. Which to me is so pussy, bro. Like, you claim to be a man's man, you claim to be an alpha male, yet you can't be honest with your own crew and say, hey, I want to save on some costs. You guys gotta get out of here. No, instead you ran with a lie and said, I found my purpose. I'm no longer a Jeffrey. I'm ascending. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't know, guys. It seems to me that lately the whole self-improvement sphere has been bursting. Though some of the advice is extremely beneficial, like no fap, exercise, and keeping a clean diet, to be honest, most of it is bullshit. For example, there's literally a dude out there who just smoked a joint, cranked one off, ordered DoorDash, and is still making bank somehow. You probably know someone like that has a good amount of money in their bank account, yet they aren't this extraordinary superhuman. They still were able to find some sort of success in their life. And to be honest, the reason is simple. These people built a skill that was useful to them as well as others, and that's the advice I'm going to give you. Find a skill that you like or are good at. Build that skill consistently, and you will see how quickly your life changes. No amounts of cold showers in the morning will make you successful, but the skills and habits that you build daily, that will build a difference in your life. And funny enough, that is the message that Sam was trying to send with his original video that kickstarted all of this, that made Hamza so butthurt.
And all of that started off with, yes, my foundational self-improvement habits. Just an idea, younger Sam, but maybe you should stop playing video games for 14 hours a day. Brush your teeth. Maybe you should perhaps go to the gym. But more importantly, what really changed and altered my life and completely transformed me into the man I am today is my sense of purpose, my ability to genuinely deliver something of incredible value to the world. And that is what self-improvement does not tackle at all. It's awesome that you're doing all this stuff, but please please, please, please choose something that is marketable, will earn you money, will allow you to infiltrate the networks of the types of people you want to hang out with, and fucking put all of your energy into that.
But anyways, guys, what do you think of this whole situation? Are you Team Sam or are you Team Hamza with this one? Make sure to like and comment below, and I'll see you for the next video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.